What's going on? Reese here, aka Nubit Soda, coming at you with another trading recap. Just took one trade today, and man, it took a long time. But I missed some opportunities earlier in the day. But let's just get right into it. So first things first, everything has to make sense on the 60, right? So I'm always looking for my trade off the 60 minute. I obviously care what's going on inside 30, 15, 5. But my trade entries and a majority of my decisions have to come from the 60 minute. So first trade I was eyeing today was this PCL short right on the long-term calc level right here. It's pretty much perfect. So price action was getting there. This was the move I originally should have captured. Was waiting for the hour to close and in doing that missed my opportunity rather. You can see here we got a black magic from today on the trend right at 28, which I was looking at, but I wanted 31. We finally get the pop into 31. I didn't pull the trigger, and it had just incredible resolution. I would have sold the end of this 5-minute candle as I was playing it out, and sure enough, we did rip back up, and it was coming in a second time. I was just staying patient, waited for my push into the level I wanted to see. I believe I might have taken it on the second candle here. Let's go to my execution so you can see the exact time. So we got 11:20:45. So I was still triggering in that first minute, waiting for it to hit. I believe it was this candle here. Kind of stalled for a second. First 45 seconds it got there, so I wasn't going to miss it this time around. But took the trade, even though it was quite risky in the face of these bulls proving themselves here, setting up a black magic on the 5. And this dip just got bought up very rapidly. We're in a macro long trend. 15 minutes started to get some legs. It was starting to show signs on the shorter time frames that the bulls were here, but I just stuck with my 60-minute entry, and it was the trade I missed earlier. I wasn't going to miss it this time around, right? So I was pretty good entry. Took the trade on, filled at 233. The low there on the contract was 222, so 30-cent stop. Really didn't get close to it, which was nice. And although I was in the driver's seat this whole time, it didn't feel like it. It really didn't. There were so many fake outs going on the shorter time frame. So many thoughts going through my head as to, should I just get out here? Should I just take this off? But I just stuck to my process. So just kind of going through the price action here. Got the entry. I wasn't worried about 5 minutes it taking off a trade. I'm not that impulsive. But finally, all right. So we get a dump, and then we're just flagging. And this looks like, if this was a 1 minute chart, it'd be all fine and dandy, but this is 5 minutes. So I'm in here 10 minutes in the trade, 20, 30 minutes in, and we weren't really going anywhere. I'd leave the room, come back, we'd be in the same spot. So it was a little bit frustrating, not seeing the resolution, but it was for good reason. 15-minute was showing some good signs. 5-minute, they were really holding this 41.25, which was right near this PCH on the 15-minute. I'm going to slide this back up, though, to the PCL. And so, yeah, just staying true to the trade. I wanted to see my target, which was 5-minute black magic on the day, 41.19. 41.19.12 is the high there. So we got some dump. Was really tempted just to take it off here for 22. Even more tempted. And honestly, I wouldn't have kicked myself for taking it off here. I did after. This was where the narrative in my head was starting to get more skewed, and I was losing control of it because it just kind of dipped into there. And it was relatively short into the candle, about only maybe a minute 20 in, and so I was holding for the close of the 5-minute candle. Came back up, pin bar, and then you get in the next candle open, it goes green, and immediately I'm like, wow, that just got bought up so quick. Like, I just want to take the trade off here, maybe get like an R, and I'll be done. But I just kept telling myself, control the narrative. What did you get into this trade to do? To see your target. I didn't get in to just pull out and then have it resolve, right? So just trying to read through the price action, which was a little bit difficult on these shorter time frames, but kept trying to back it out, convince myself this really was the only play. I didn't see a long down there. And then just looking at the volume profiles building out, you could see there's quite a bit of volume building out up here. There's a 1, 2, 3 setting up here on the 30-minute. So the top of the hour, which was here. So the top of the hour here was quite tempting to want to get out. Bulls could just buy the shit out of the hour, and that's it. I'm stopped out. But held with it, got the 30-minute 1, 2, 3 reversal. Came back down, and it just kind of grinded its way down there. I believe I sold out around 12:20 here. Yep, so 12:19.54, was just waiting for that candle to get close to closing, and it was right at my target. There was no excuses to keep holding this with one contract, right? I knew there could be some more resolution to the downside once this finally breaks, but sure enough, where did the market go? No farther than it did before. Kind of almost set a little bit of a higher low here. We have just reading through these 5-minute candles, getting back to my target, because that's all I was concerned about, was just getting back to my target. Because I made a mistake. I easily could have. I had to be lightning quick, but I wanted to see 19, and all I saw was 20. So being a little bit picky there with my target, but anyways, we get the close of this 5-minute candle. This is a breakdown candle. So I was just reading through the price action. Good. Now we have a PCL on the 5 to follow. Sure enough, we get the pop, which I was assuming to be occurring. And so got the pop right into the PCL. Awesome. Still watching this candle. Just so many times I couldn't tell you the amount of times that I got up and left my desk and then came back. There was quite way more than I could count. So keep that into consideration. This was not an easy hold at all. There was, like I said, the narrative in my head was starting to get skewed, but controlling it is all you can really do as a trader. Don't let those demons control the narrative. Let your system and your process control it, right? And that's what's gonna let you make it as a trader. So it was just sticking with the system. 15-minute. So we have the 11:30 candle here. 15-minute thens with the close of 12:15. Set up the PCL. So that gave me a little bit more conviction to see this through right to my target, and took the exit there. Took off the contract around 272. And just looking at maybe the sell I might have missed. Since it was a little bit more of an explosive move, it did actually go to 279. So I could have taken it off there and instead of hanging around this last half hour, sure. But just took it off at the 272 there. So about 1.5 R, which isn't bad. I captured a decent amount of this move, and I knew there could be more resolution to the downside, but I only have one contract. I'm not here to all of a sudden go, oh, there's a 15-minute PCL, like this could just break down lower, and then no. Focus on the consistency first, and then I'll earn the right to trade multiple contracts, sell a first target. And honestly, it was also part of the struggle today, right? Because I want to pay myself through this move because it's so slow, grueling. Bulls are showing signs that they're here, and I just can't because I have one contract. I have to see it to my target, and they're 1 day to expiration. So theta wasn't really lurking at me very hard. Plus, I was in the driver's seat tiny bit there, and I just knew they had they could work out with some time. So yeah, just had to take it off at my target and call it good. And yeah, I was a little upset. I missed this trade here. It was the one I had been waiting for all day. I identified it before pre-market. This is the PCL, and it is a time exempt setup. And this was I believe, yeah, right here was the first 5 minutes of this candle, because you can see this one closed here, popped right into 31. I mean, you just can't draw up a better 3 candle dump, and I probably would have made more in 3 candles than I did over the course of an hour and 20 minutes, but I stuck with it, and I'm pleased that I managed to get away with some green after being there for so long, because it really can be frustrating when you're in a trade and it's seemingly working, but then you get these signs of bulls showing up and you just want to get out and be done. But that's when the dump inevitably happens. So all in all, happy with the trade. Controlled the narrative the best I could, listened to my action items, got out of the room every chance that seemed fit, and yeah, just saw it through to the target. Entry was money the second time, which was I'm pleased about, because it can be a little bit scary buying into those pushes of the green, but that's when you want to get those contracts, because that's when you'll get the fill below where these candles close. Candle closed at 240. I got filled 233, and the low of that candle was 231. So I mean 2 cents off the low of this candle here. Yeah, just buying it when it came at me and seeing it through to the target. I'm pleased. Consistency is key. We can scale up and do all that other jargon later, but for now, just hitting the base hits and sticking to the system. Thanks, guys. Hope you have a great one.